we're going on a road trip. Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name's Julie and this is my husband Justin, and we're full-time resellers, and today we are going across our state to go sourcing. So we are in the Pittsburgh area and we're heading over kind of to the middle of the state. There's a bins location in Middletown, PA, and we also found what looks to be like a great church sale in York, PA, and we decided not to take the turnpike on the way there because it costs like $50 to take the turnpike. Plus, we want to take the more scenic route so that we can stop at thrift stores along the way, and we're going to take you along with us. So we packed a bunch of snacks. We have crackers, we have nuts, we have some fruit. I packed my salad. He always eats hard-boiled eggs for lunch, so we actually have a little cooler that we'll take into the hotel tonight and put in the fridge. We don't know exactly where we're staying. We'll find a hotel once we get there. Sorry, we're in a tunnel. That's why it got dark all of a sudden. But, you know, we're trying to keep this trip as cheap as possible. We'll try to find a reasonably priced hotel that still has good reviews because I don't need to be bringing bed bugs home with me. So we had to take a little detour because we were going down the road outside of Altoona, PA, and we saw a billboard. And ever since I was a little kid, I have been obsessed with Mallow cups. I don't know if they're all over the United States or not. And the funny part is I don't like marshmallows, but it's like marshmallows with coconut in the center and chocolate on the outside. It's shaped like a Reese's cup. And apparently Altoona is where the factory is, and they have a little gift shop. So we're heading there right now. I'm so excited!
Granger, we're the ones who get it done.
Our first stop was this tiny little thrift store in Altoona. I got this Pampered Chef pan. Justin found this Lego Technic set, and he also grabbed himself some dress shoes.
Second thrift store stop in Altoona. Look at this gorgeous flock tree. It has the very pretty face with it. We paid $39 and some cents for it. So now we're gonna wrap it up good. Good morning. It is day 2 of our road trip thrifting adventure. We are sitting outside of a church sale. So we found, well, I guess we should explain how. So when we decided to come to this area, you could change like your location on Craigslist. So we both were like looking on our phones and changed to like the Middleton, York area of Craigslist, and we found this mammoth church sale. At some point I'll take a video of the outside. Right now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people in line. It does not start for 45 minutes, and it is with the wind chill like 20 degrees out, so we're gonna stay in the car for a bit longer. I was like, I don't have to be the first, 20 in the door necessarily. I don't want to be like the 100th person in the door. I'll find a happy balance in between them. How are you doing this morning, sir?
I'm good.
Sleep well?
Yeah.
We got a good deal on a hotel. It cost just short of $100, but it had like an amazing breakfast. I mean, it had eggs and sausage and waffles and just tons of fruit, and there was so much more stuff. So we got up extra early. We ate a full breakfast to get our money's worth before we headed to the church sale. All right, well, I guess you'll see us when we come out and how well we did. All right, so here is the place that we went to the church sale. We made numerous trips in and out. I think we got a decent amount of things, a bunch of hard goods, some clothes. I don't know, when we get home, we'll show you all of our haul. Now we're heading back to the Goodwill outlet.
Genie. Show us the price. Hello, so we're back from our trip. It's actually a couple days later. I'm just gonna go over what we got like at each stop. I mean, you might have seen some of it in the video. I don't know how this is gonna get edited, if we're gonna show you just the stops and then come back and show you the haul, or if it's gonna be put in between. Who knows, but show you. So the first stop was this tiny little thrift store in Altoona. We bought 3 things. The first thing was a personal thing. Justin needed dress shoes. We went to a wedding. The last time we went to a wedding was probably like 2 years ago, and literally the soles of Justin's dress shoes fell off at the end of the night because he had had them for 20 years. And I'm not exaggerating on that. So he got these new ones. They were only $3, so that was great. We found this Pampered Chef. It's like 4 mini loaf pans. It was $3 also. I think the comps on it were like 35-ish, something like that. And then Justin found this. It's like a Lego Technic set. It has a remote control. It actually drives. It's missing pieces here and there. Our daughter actually has this exact same set. Hers is in the attic currently. But even in its current condition of missing some pieces, but though it has a driving motor, it should sell for close to $100, and we only paid $3 for it. So at our first stop, we paid $9 total. Our second stop was at a St. Vincent de Paul, also in Altoona, and I paid up for this, but it is a gorgeous ceramic Christmas tree. It's called Flocked because it has the snow on the edges of the branches. I really liked its base. It kind of has this poinsettia, which they left like white around the edges, so it really sticks out. The only thing it was missing was the star, but luckily I had one in my collection. I paid $39 and some change for it with tax. I'm hoping, because it's like the fancier one, to get around $125 for it, but I suspect it will sit for a while since we're very off season. All right, so then we went to the Goodwill outlet in Middletown, PA after that. The first day we were there, we spent $17.99, and the second trip we spent $6.37. But I do want to talk about the bins because, you know, it's always exciting when you get to go to a different location and see how it's done. So the first day we went, we didn't get there till like around almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They close at 6. It was very calm. There was a group of probably like 8 to 10 t-shirt bros and just a couple other people milling around. They changed twice while we were there, fairly quickly back to back. But the part that blew my mind was they literally we found out the next day, they change about every 25 minutes, and they change half of the place every 25 minutes. It was 32 bins got changed every 25 minutes. They don't change 32 bins at mine for the whole day sometimes, especially now when it's been really bad at our bins location. So that was mind-blowing to us. It's like you barely had enough time to look through the bins, and they were like changing out the new ones. It was really wild. Now, when we went back the second day, we went more in the morning. We went at like 10:30, and their bins open at 8. Ours open between 9 and 11, depending on what day of the week it is. But it was so crowded. There was probably like 25 t-shirt bros, so many like, I'm guessing the people that fill shipping containers, because they just pick up pretty much every piece of clothing and it gets sent off to like third world countries and sold there. It was so crowded. I did not like it at all the second day. I felt like we didn't stay very long because I was like, I need to get out of this place. It was giving me major anxiety. So yeah, I would definitely say if you're trying that bins out, you might want to try it a little bit later in the day because it's really busy in the morning. But all right, let's go over what we got over those 2 trips. So Justin found in one bin change, I'm gonna hold it up like this, tons of Bratz dolls. So there is, I mean, look at all these pairs of shoes, and I made sure they all had matches. I matched them up at the bins so that I didn't buy ones without matches. The dolls were all naked, but our daughter Brooke dressed them all and was getting them ready. That one smells a little, one of the dolls smells a little, but I'm not really sure as a whole exactly how much we'll get. She only charged us $6 for it. She did it like as a bundle, she said. So we paid $6 and I think some cents for this whole grouping of it. And possibly we'll list it all together.
I'm just pulling numbers out of thin air. Maybe I'll list it around 80. It could be more, it could be less, but you know, not bad for a $6 investment. Justin found this golden retriever. He's very cute. His brand name is E&J Classics. And Justin said he just saw someone talking about this brand of stuffed animals. You know, they even like they have the defined like pads on their feet. So cute. So he does need just a tiny little repair. His ear is supposed to be sewn right there and the stitch has come out, but I can see where it is. So I'll fix him. I looked him up and now I'm struggling. I think maybe he sells for around like 40, 45-ish, could be even more. I love finding Square Angel Food cake pans. The first 2 we ever sold of these pans sold like for $50 to $60. The price has drastically dropped now. They're only sell, I think, in like the $20 range, but I still pick them up whenever I see them because honestly, it didn't weigh that much. This is it cashmere and cupcakes? It was new. It was on like a fancy, like 2 different hangers and stuff, but I took it off because I didn't want to pay for the weight. But it's new with tags and it's got the cute little tights that have like the like printed on ballet flats and this sweater dress. They seem to go for around 20. I picked up this really pretty, it is a round vintage Christmas tablecloth. It's like stamped. I do believe it's cotton. This I only grabbed because it was new with tags. It's Simply Southern, which their stuff doesn't have that much value most of the time, but look at this, really cute. Apparently I was having a golden retriever themed shirt. It's a women's size large, and since it was new, I was like, I'll give it a shot. This was a new to me brand, Uncle Frank, but the tag looked really interesting, so I decided to look it up, and their stuff sold well. I mean, I feel like it was around the $35 range. This is like a short dress, almost like tunic top, has embroidery on it with like cool, almost like peacock looking birds. I feel like their stuff was around 35. These insoles Justin found, they're in the package, but they're brand new. But these are a ladies size 8. But these insoles sell for like $30 some. So I was like, new to me, but I'll try it out. I got these 2 plush. He's from Beetlejuice. And this snowman, I have sold him one other time before, but I think it was a smaller one. The brand is Eden. I don't know why, but he normally sells for like in the $20 some range, maybe even a little more, because there's different sizes of him. And I think he was around 22, and obviously they're so lightweight. We got a pair of these Birkenstock Arizona slides, pair of wrestling shoes, and a pair of these slides Croc sandals. Love these. These normally go for like 22, 24. The Birks will probably be around like 35, 40, and the wrestling shoes normally come in at like 25. This was an interesting one. It is an NFL brand Kansas City Chief, kind of like a fake Lego set, but they're really tiny bricks. But I found one used, like it was completely assembled, and it sold for $40, and this is new in the box. This is a gift for my niece, but I found a bluey coloring book. And then the last thing we got was this big bag of Build-A-Bear clothes. I don't always buy Build-A-Bear clothes, but I looked through it and it had some really nice pieces, including like the whole Pittsburgh Steelers cheerleader outfit. And you know, I'll probably make lots of the clothes and like sell a couple lots out of it. I even have some Build-A-Bear hangers downstairs that I had gotten at the bins, like to put some of the nice clothes on. But yeah, it was a decent sized bag. So now I'll go over everything that I found at the church. So I don't remember what we paid. We paid twice, but I'll tell you what we paid for each individual item because I know that. So I found this adorable French bulldog statue. Apparently they make them for all different holidays. Like I saw patriotic ones and Christmas ones, but this obviously is the fall one. It's made by Heather Goldmink and it's Blue Sky is the name of it. I paid $2 for it. I think he'll sell for around like 30 to 35. This might have been a bad buy. It was $8 and they had a sign on it that said it worked, like tested and worked, because on all of their electronic stuff, they had signs on that said tested work. It is a Model T decanter. So here's like the decanter part, has the shot glasses there, and then it winds up on the bottom and it's supposed to play music, except we can't get it to play the music. So I think they might have fibbed in that it doesn't really work. It would have sold for around 40 something if it played the music. So I don't know what it'll sell for if I can't get it up and running. This was $6. It is, here, let me just grab a piece out of it because if I tip it, they're all going to fall. But it is an 18-piece unpainted Holland mold nativity set. I only found one other one with this many pieces unpainted and it sold for $75. So I'll probably list mine in that range. All right, on to this basket of stuff we bought. All right, I paid $5 for this KitchenAid mixing bowl. Now this is the KM 150, so it's the smaller of the bowls. They sell for like 25-ish, roughly, but you know, easy to ship, easy to list. So even though I'm not making that big of a profit on it, I was still good with it. This is a goofy, kind of like a foam blow mold, light up Halloween pumpkin. We paid $2 for him. We could not find this exact model sold. I'd probably have to go back into the research tool since it's been a while since we've been at Halloween. But I mean, I'm hoping he'll sell for at least $35, but we'll have to look up and do more research. These are Crocs Swiftwater shoes. I am totally blanking on the comps of these. I can put it on the screen when I list them, but they are actually like adjustable to keep them on. I think it's like they're made, you know, like you could wear them in swift water without them flying off. So that's why they're adjustable, but they're a men's size 12. Paid $3 for those shoes. This is just a funny thing I bought for us for Christmas decoration. It was $1, but it's a Santa and he has weights in his hands. This is funny because I have sold this before, but it is a vintage like blow mold with this scary like zombie looking guy, and he has hands and feet. It's made to look like it's protruding out of the ground. There was tons of this in like a red orangish color, but not as many in the blue listed. I mean, this one is in really good condition. So, I mean, oh, it was $1 and probably will sell for around $35. Another personal for Justin, he got a pack of new underwear for $5. And then for clothing wise, I think pants were $3 and shirts were $2. But these are Adriana Goldschmied Everett Slim Straight Pants, but they are a men's size 28-32. And anytime you get an inseam that's longer than the waist measurement, a lot of times they sell better. So I'm thinking these will go for like 25 to 30. Justin found this Carhartt. It's a crew neck sweatshirt, but it has a pocket on it. Normally, unless we're talking like the Carhartt jackets, the basic Carhartts don't do that well. But when I looked up this particular sweatshirt, it was selling for like 28 to 30. I only paid $1 for this slip, and I got it for two reasons. One, because it's new with tags, and two, because it's a size 2X. And, you know, it was only $1. This is a 3XLT Lauren Ralph Lauren waffle knit shirt with like a hood. The big XLT size. The last one I found was red that sold, and it sold for $45. I was so excited to find this piece. I don't think it's worth tons. I'll probably list it for maybe like 25, 30, but it was my second time ever finding Johnny Was. It's this just cute embroidered tunic. It has embroidery on the back and the front in a size medium. And then the last piece we bought at this church sale is gonna kind of be a experimental piece, shall we say. I will update you on it. We'll probably show another video of the process, but Justin found this Patagonia vest, and of course we were so excited. But then I looked at it, and it's like peeling and cracking like on the edges, like the material. Like, see, there's chunks taken out of it. It's just not in that good of shape. But I remember hearing people say that you can pay a small fee and send in your Patagonia items, and they will either repair or replace it because they have like lifetime guarantees. So I actually Googled it while we were at the church sale,
and it's $15. You send $15 and that covers your return shipping to and, from, and, gives a little bit of repair money. And yes, they'll either fix it or they'll send you a new one. So we're going to try it with this piece and see, because it's definitely peeling and, their pieces are supposed to last. And this one is on the struggle bus. So I will pay the $15 and send it in, and I'll document it all and, show you how it works out. And then our last stop of the day was, as we left the bins, and I looked up a thrift store still in like the Middletown area, and we went through the whole store and we just couldn't really find much. I was so bummed. Another reseller beat me to the shoes. His cart was like brimming. He got like women's Hunter tall boots for only $7. He was like bragging about it, and I was so annoyed that he beat me to it. But as we were heading towards the front to leave, there was a section with like fancier items in it, and I found this beauty. So he is a Jim Shore 2017, very large blue-gray is like what he's referred to as rabbit. And obviously the perfect time of year for him. I paid up for him. I paid with tax $28, but the last one of him sold for $110, and obviously this is a good time of year to sell him. So between him and the tree, I paid a lot of money for these two pieces, but hopefully they will bring me a decent return. So that wraps up our road trip. We went to 4 or 5 regular thrift stores. Only one did we not buy something at. We went to a church sale, and we went to 2, separate trips to the bins. We drove about, I think it was like 550 miles, something like that. We did not take the turnpike, as I said, so we didn't have any tolls. So it was a nice combination of a little bit of a getaway and, obviously we thrifted the whole time, but that's, fun for us. And, it was just nice to get out and see different thrift stores and, go to a different bins location, and we got a decent amount of inventory. All right, well, thank you so much for taking the time to watch. Tell me in the comments about your bins locations. Tell me where it is and how you like it, because we are definitely looking out for different locations and going on, road trips here and there to check out all the bins. This was our 9th bin location to go to. Next up on my list, someone had suggested in New York. It's only like an hour from Erie, and it takes us 2 hours to get to Erie, so it's like 3 hours from here. So we'll probably go and check that one out next. But any Goodwill outlet locations that you want to tell us about, put it in the comments below. We'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.